Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do a reading about how your person feels about you. We're going to have three piles. Pile number one is going to be the tree. Pile number two is going to be the key. And pile number three is going to be the bear. So, let me show you the piles once more. Pile number one is the tree, pile two is the key, and pile three is the bear. So make your selection and I'll see you at your reading. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. You have picked the tree. So think of a person, someone you want to know how they feel about you, and we're gonna figure it out. So, what I like to do with these readings first is learn who this person is, so you will know whether you are getting the correct reading or not, so you don't have to guess whether this is someone else, because that happens sometimes. So, think about your person and let's see some physical characteristics of them. Okay, pile one's person. What does pile one's person look like? Who is pile one thinking about? Who is pile one thinking about? What do they look like? What do they look like? Who is pile one thinking about? Have you seen this person? Like, I feel like you haven't seen this person. Maybe you have seen them in pictures, but not in person. Count how many times I said person in the last 15 minutes. Take a shot for each one. No, don't. Okay, so instantly I'm getting a resistance in the energy. Like, I'm not getting cards as easily as I usually do. What does pile one's person look like? Something flipped art. Okay, we're starting to get some cards finally. We have man. Okay, so you're thinking about a man. And we have piercings. So this is someone who has piercings. Okay, so I very strongly got the feeling that you may not have met this person in real life. You might not know how they actually look like. Maybe some of you have not even seen them on pictures. Like, this is really weird. I don't know whether this will come back in the reading, so we're gonna have to see. But this could be a catfish. Like, this feels like a catfish vibe, honestly. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. So, okay. We have curly hair. So this person could have curly hair. And we also have exaggerated features. And we also get a drag queen on the card. So this could be a guy that wears makeup. That is a possibility. Okay. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, we have markings. And we also have red lips. And we also have muscular. So yeah, this looks like a guy who has piercings, curly hair, and probably wears some sort of makeup. So, if that is the person you're asking about, then you can stay. If not, try picking a different pile maybe, and maybe you'll find your person over there. Okay, so like I said, I'm not sure whether you actually know this person in real life or just through the internet or something of the sort. Okay, I'm gonna keep these cards out just to make sure. And let's see what the situation is and how they feel about you. Okay. Just by the energy, I could already tell that I'm getting people watching this that usually don't watch my videos, because this is not an energy that I recognize from my readings. So, welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the situation first. Again, just to make sure. What is the situation between pile 1 and the person they are asking about? What can you tell me about it? What is the situation between them? Sorry if the camera is shaking. What is the situation between pile 1 and the person? They have like a very flamboyant energy, honestly. Very Leo, but Aquarius at the same time. So it has that Leo-Aquarius opposition, whereas in Leo it's this very self-expressive, very flamboyant, very magnetic energy, but also Aquarius in a way that it is very unique. It is something that is not necessarily, how do I put it? It's not necessarily something that society accepts yet. Like, it's ahead of its time. Is what it feels like, this person. Okay, so what's the situation? We have the Queen of Swords coming out first. Okay, what's the situation between pile 1 and their person? Please let me know. Please let me know. Just a short little something so we can get into their feelings afterwards. Oh, we have a card that flipped over here. We have the 5 of Wands. Did you have a like a fight with this person? Because Queen of Swords is like a very, it could mean a lot of things, but it is a sharp energy. It is an energy that guards its boundaries. It is an energy that is capable of cutting people off, and that is capable of being cold. And now we get the 5 of Wands next to that. So it could be that you've been in a fight with this person or something, some kind of an altercation. Okay, what else can you tell me about the situation between pile 1 and their person, please? We have the Knight of Cups. Very nice. Okay, so there is definitely some romantic element here, or it is very possible at least. Okay, what more? Oh, we have the Star. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get one more card, but I feel like this is more so like a hopeful energy here on your part, is what I'm getting. Okay, please tell me more. Just one more card, please. Thank you. Yeah, we have Justice. We have Justice. So, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, 3 of Cups. I'm not gonna lie. This feels a little bit like a celebrity crush. Like if you were asking about someone famous just to see what the reading's gonna end up being like. That's what this feels like. It feels like a celebrity crush, and it feels like a hopeful energy, like a hopes and dreams kind of energy, is what this feels like. Like you're hoping that you and this person could get together, maybe, or you're hoping for this person to notice you, maybe, but I'm not seeing a lot of like grounded energy here. I'm not seeing a lot of energies that are grounded in reality, is what I mean. We don't have 7 of Cups out, but it is very much a 7 of Cups vibe. This person could already have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, a partner, is what I mean. Not necessarily, because under that we have the 9 of Pentacles. So it's also possible that they are just kind of like this, how do I put it? They like the company of the gender they are attracted to. And they might not be monogamous. They might not be in a relationship, but they are like constantly sleeping around or something like that. That could be something here. And I'm trying to figure out this Five of Wands because there's some sort of a tension here happening. What's this Five of Wands, please? Please tell me more about this Five of Wands. Leo Saturn, by the way, is the placement it refers to. Please tell me more about this Five of Wands. Please clarify the Five of Wands. Oh, the Five of Wands is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. Sorry, I didn't hold it up that very long. Okay. So, I feel like if this is someone, you know, I'm not completely sure about it yet because, like I said, this has a celebrity crush vibe. This could even be someone, again, I'm not gonna lie because catfish was the first thing that came to mind when I started the shuffle. This could be someone who is pretending to be a celebrity that is catfishing you. I hope it's not. I hope I'm misreading this. We will get to know more as I'm going to continue the reading. But so far, it looks like someone has cut someone else off. And the other person is hoping that this block will clear and that the other person will come through and offer them something romantic or something of the sort. But it feels like there was some sort of a, not even rejection, it was some sort of like a fight or setting boundaries that left someone out in the cold, so to speak. That's usually what they say when they refer to the Five of Pentacles. So this seems like someone was kind of abandoned a little bit. Like I had the thought whether it was justified or not, because we have justice here. So I think this person was the one who left you out in the cold. It could be the other way around. We're gonna see when we take a look at their feelings. But it seems like this person left you out in the cold. This person and you had a fight and they either blocked you or cut you off, or they are just not very receptive to you anymore. It, like I said, could be the other way around. And it seems like either you or this person, whoever got cut off or whoever got distanced from the other, is thinking that it was not justified. It was not fair, and they are hoping that they're going to be back in the other person's good graces soon. So that's what I'm seeing when it comes to that situation. I'm also going to leave these cards out just to be sure. And let's go with this deck. I was looking for my old favorite deck, but for some reason I can't find it. So we're gonna use this one. Okay. So let's finally see their feelings. Please let me know how pile 1's person feels about pile 1. How does pile 1's person feel about pile 1? Pile 1's person, this very flamboyant energy. How do they feel about pile 1? How do they feel about pile 1? Four of Cups. Yeah, I think this person was the one who rejected you. But we'll keep going. Okay, so how does pile 1's person feel about pile 1? How does pile 1's person feel about pile 1? How does pile one's person feel about pile one, please? Temperance. Okay. I'm not getting like a. So far, what I'm getting is not something that you want to hear. So I don't know, but I'm gonna keep pulling to see whether I'm correct or not, because it has happened in the past that I completely misread something, and by the end it turned out that I was completely wrong. So that happens. I was very new to reading tarot back then, but it did happen. Okay, how does pile one's person feel about pile one? Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is like a very, like, I'm not gonna lie, this feels like a very unbothered energy. And we have the Star also. Okay, so this could mean a couple of things right now, because we have the Star. It feels like the first part of this reading was more so your side of the story of what happened between the two of you, and now we're seeing more of their side. And we have the Star in both of them. So this could mean hope. This could mean hope because Star is the card of hope. But because it's coming out twice and because I'm sensing a very unbothered energy with this person, again, I'm going back to the fact that this could be a celebrity crush. This could be someone famous that doesn't even know you exist. That is possible. Maybe you tried to reach this person in one way or the other, but it didn't work out, and you feel like that wasn't fair. Or like I said, maybe someone like catfished you and made you believe that you were talking to this famous person when in truth you were not. Because it feels like this very flamboyant, very Leo Aquarius star energy person. It feels like they either don't care at all or they don't even know that you exist. They could not even know that you exist. I have a feeling that this reading is not going to be very long because this literally feels like someone was pulling like okay, let's see what happens if I don't know, think about Johnny Depp, or if I think about Ezra Miller, or fuck do I know? I don't even know any famous people, clearly. So this feels like someone was just like, okay, let's see if this terror shit is actually real. I'm gonna think about someone who doesn't even know me, someone who is famous, and let's see if the reader can pick up on that. That's literally what this feels like. So, in case that happened, okay, okay. But in case you actually tried to connect to this person, or you were actually catfished into believing that you were talking to this person, um, well, I can tell you that this person does not seem to be thinking about you. This person does not seem to, like I said, there is no attention there in your direction. There is literally no attention. Like every single card, look at them. Here's the Hermit. The Hermit? No, the Four of Cups, but it looks like the Hermit. Here's the Temperance. I'm gonna show them again. And here's the Star. The other one we have is the Ace of Swords. Again, completely unemotional card. All of the cards, all of them, all the people on them are looking somewhere else. Like none of them are looking at the viewer. None of them are paying attention to, I don't know how to put it. Like all of them are paying attention to something off screen. Like no, this one is off screen, but all of them are paying attention to something else is what I was trying to say. like they have their attention somewhere completely different, somewhere on their own stuff. Like with this temperance thing, I'm getting like wine, I'm getting drinks, to be honest. I'm getting maybe they drink a lot of alcohol or party a lot. And with the star, with this little light, I feel like this is their career if they truly are like someone who is famous, because this feels like a famous energy. So it feels like they are focusing on having a good time and doing their job, and that's about it. Like none of the none of the characters on the card are looking forward, looking at you when you look at them. Oh my god, my eye is watering again. Really doesn't like the air conditioning. Okay, so anyhow, we have the devil here at the bottom of the deck. So this could be an obsession sort of a thing. This either could be, again, that you're obsessed with this person, at least to a degree, and you think you like have a chance or something, or there are some sort of lies involved. Again, like the catfishing type of thing is possible. Okay. I'll be honest, I don't feel the need to pull this reading out to um any bigger length. That was a really shitty way to say it, but what I was trying to say is that I don't feel the need to keep continuing this reading, because this is clearly someone who does not care. This is clearly someone you don't actually have a real connection with. That might be like, if this is someone who you think is a famous person and you are being catfished or something, or if you were trying to get this person's attention and they did not react the way you wanted them to, in those cases this might be hard to hear, but I'm literally getting that this was just kind of like a joke on pile one's part, like trying to see whether I can pick up the fact that they were thinking about someone who they don't even know. So I'm gonna get you some closing messages just in case, but I'm literally not getting anything here. Anything. Like everything else, I've already said everything that I think is important here. This person either doesn't know you, not even aware that you exist, or just doesn't care at all. Okay. Any last words for pal 1? Any advice? Anything for pal 1, please? Any advice for pal 1, please? Anything? Any closing thoughts? Anything about this situation, please? Well, okay. We have, what if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease, call in grace, and receive guidance. You are supported. And it also says, today's soul action. List 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. I'm gonna hold it up so you can hopefully read it. Okay. So I think this is kind of disconnected from the reading, honestly, because now we're getting into more so what's going on with you. Or maybe you're thinking that getting together with this person doesn't have to be hard. Like maybe you believe that it can be easy, it can actually be real, it can actually happen. And I'm telling you that, like I said, if you're talking to someone who you think is a celebrity and you've been seeing red flags, especially if they're asking you for money, you are not. You are not talking to celebrity. So that's basically all I have for this reading. That's all I have. This was either you randomly asking about a celebrity as a joke, or you getting catfished, and that's about it. I'm sorry, this was a very short reading, but I just don't have anything else to say about what this person feels for you. They don't really feel anything. They don't care. They don't know if that you exist. So so that kind of sucks. But anyway, um, I usually say at the end of my readings, I hope you enjoyed. I hope I could help, and I hope to see you in the next one. But this was like, I don't even know what to say, honestly. I don't even know what to say other than the fact that um, I don't know what to say. No, that's the only way I can I can finish this. So in case you got the answer that you were looking for, I'm glad. And please take care. So, bye. Pile 2, hello and welcome. You have picked the key. Let's take a look at how your person is feeling about you. Um, how I usually do these readings is I first take a look at who this person is. I start with physical characteristics, so you will know that you're getting the correct reading and you're getting the correct energy from the person that you actually want. And if it's not that person, then you can try picking another pile, although pile 1 was really weird. So, okay. Anyway, pile 2. Let's take a look. How does pile 2's person look like? Please think about your person. Pile 2's person, who are they? How do they look like? Pile 2's person, who are they? How do they look like? Oh, that's like 7 billion cards. I'm not going to take those. Okay. Pile 2's person. How do they look like? How do they look like? Physical appearance, please. Sorry for the camera shaking also. Pile 2's person. I'm instantly getting a very different energy compared to pile 1. Very different. Very, very different. Pile 1. Pile 2's person. Pile 2's person. What do they look like? What do they look like? Why am I not getting any cards? I feel such a somber energy. It feels kind of sad. I don't know if you struggle with depression or if this is just someone you feel like you fumbled, but I feel this heaviness in my chest that I did not feel before I started this reading. Oh, okay. We have braids. So this person might like to wear their hair in braids. Okay. Please tell me more about how pile 2's person looks like. Pile 2's person, physical appearance, please. Nicely dressed. Okay. So they like looking good. They like wearing nice clothes. Okay, what else about skin condition? So that's not visible. Skin condition. So they could have vitiligo, like on the picture. They could have acne. They could have I don't know, some sort of dermatitis. They could have pigment, like pigment spots. They could have anything basically that is going on with their skin. Okay. Or there might be something very noticeable about their skin, whatever it may be. Okay, what else can you tell me about Powtoo's person and their physical appearance? We have facial hair. Okay, so we're talking about a man here. Probably not for everyone, because like half of the cards are male and half of the cards are female. Okay. Powtoo's person, please tell me more about them. What? We have long hair. Okay, so this person has long hair. Anything else? Oh, witch. Okay, so this person is a practitioner. I'm getting two distinct energies here. And we also have red attire, so they might like wearing red or even pink. I'm getting pink from this too. But again, if you look at it, it's very like a witch aesthetic, kind of like goth maybe. Okay, so I'm getting two distinct energies here. One of these people is a man with facial hair, shocker, and they have like this peculiar way of dressing. They put I think this is true for both energies, that they put effort into their appearance and they like looking good. So one of these energies is a man that has facial hair, that has this nicely dressed vibe. They could very well still have long hair, braids, a skin condition, and be a witch, by the way. Male witches exist. But I'm distinctively getting that there are two groups here. And one of the groups has a male person they are thinking about, and one of the groups has a female person that they're thinking about. However, it could also be that this person is either non-binary or gender non-conforming in some way. So it's also possible that they don't necessarily identify as either male or female. Sorry, my lips are getting dry. Okay. So maybe this is like a non-binary energy or an androgynous energy that you're asking about. Maybe this is someone who I feel like I'm not even getting physical attributes here. It's very difficult to describe. It's kind of difficult to describe, yeah. So it's very weird because all of the pictures, like look at them. Almost all, not all, but all of the female ones, they are all turning away from the camera. They are not looking at the viewer. They are not looking at you. All of them are turned away. And this instantaneously gives me like a weird energy. This gives me like a weird vibe. Like this person might not be paying attention to you. This person might be paying more attention to either someone else or something else. Oh yeah, and with facial hair, I forgot to say that it does not necessarily have to be a man. This could also be a woman with a PCOS, because women with PCOS tend to develop facial hair due to hormonal imbalances. So this does not necessarily have to be a man. But what I'm getting here is that there's definitely something about their skin, even if it's not a skin condition necessarily. But there is something about it, like something that stands out. I think I'm gonna try to get some more cards because this is kind of confusing, honestly. I'm getting a very strange vibe from this person, almost like an unknowable vibe. Like every time you think you figured them out, you realize that you haven't. And they are still deeper. They still go deeper than you thought. Okay, let's see. Can I have some more physical attributes of pile two's person, please? Some physical attributes, please. Younger than you. Okay, so this person is younger than you. Usually when this card comes out, it signifies someone who is significantly younger, and by that I don't mean just a couple months. I mean definitely at least a couple of years. Okay, so anything else? Physical attributes about Paltu's person? We have sharp face. So I feel like they have a very recognizable face. They have a very, like, yeah, sharp. So they might have like a very pointy nose, a very pointy chin. They might have this this strong or stern look about them. Okay, I think now we're getting somewhere. It feels it feels like the cards found it more important to set the tone for the vibe of this person first before they actually told me how they really look like. Like I said, we have the braids and we have the long hair and the skin condition and the facial hair, but it feels like it just all served to set a vibe for this person, this very weird, unknowable, androgynous vibe. Okay, so what else can you tell me about the physical appearance of Paltu's person, please? I think I should get that card. Mole. Okay, so they might have a mole somewhere on their body or their face where it is very visible. Maybe that's the skin condition. They have moles. Okay, anything else? Because I feel like I need to keep going with this for some reason. Okay. Any other physical characteristic of this person, of pile 2? Who pile 2 is thinking about, please? It says Australian here, but it could be that they're Australian, but I'm more so getting the vibe that they are from maybe another country or another continent even, and the Caucasian vibe. I'm also getting the Caucasian vibe. Or maybe if they are not Caucasian, because of the long hair, we seem to have an Asian person. Even if they're not Caucasian, they probably have like light skin. They probably have pale skin, and now we have black clothing. So yeah, this definitely is someone. Oh my god. And we have light skin under that. Okay. Okay, yeah. So maybe that's what's, yeah, and now I'm getting stuff. So maybe that's what's weird about their skin. Maybe they are albino. That's the skin condition, that they don't have pigment in their skin. Maybe they are just very, very, very pale, and it's just very striking because we have the light skin. And now we also have powerful here. So I think that's enough already. So what we know for sure is that this person is younger than you. They have a sharp face, they have light skin, they have a powerful aura. They definitely have kind of an androgynous vibe. I think that's what we were getting. And they are a practitioner. They are either a witch or a psychic or some sort of spiritual person who knows what they are doing. Okay. This was difficult to figure out. I feel like you find this person very difficult to figure out. I feel like you find this person very, very difficult to figure out. Oh, and the mole. I forgot the mole. Okay, let me grab a drink. So, what I did in pile 1, and what I'm also going to do here, is that now I'm going to take a look at the situation between the both of you. And this is probably more going to be from your point of view. So let's get started. Is this okay? So, can you tell me about the situation between pile 2 and the person they're thinking about? Can you please tell me more? What's going on between pile 2 and their person? Can you please tell me more? If you heard that, that was my stomach. Haven't eaten in like 7 hours. Oh, oh my god, we have the it's the Queen of Swords. It's the Queen of Swords. I'm only laughing because we had the Queen of Swords as the first card coming out in the first pile as well. I'm not gonna say that you probably have messages in the first pile because I find it very unlikely, but maybe you do, so I don't know. Okay. What's going on between pile 2 and the person they are thinking about? Person on their mind. What's going on between pile 2 and the person they're thinking about? Please tell me more. Please tell me more. I feel like this person has set a boundary with you. They have set a boundary with you and they're like, no more. It's almost like I'm feeling their energy now stronger than yours, saying no. No, 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 no. Very strongly. What the hell? What the hell is going on here? Sorry for all the fucking shaking. Oh my god. So, okay, this feels like I'm not getting cards, first of all. I'm gonna keep on trying, but I'm not getting. This was the only card I got. And this and the vibe tells me enough. I feel like this person is like, every time they think about you, they stop themselves. You pop into their mind and they're like, no, no, not thinking about this person, not even going to acknowledge that they exist. I feel like this person is very firm about not thinking about you. This could be someone who cut you off and like blocked you completely, and you are just out of their lives and they just don't want to think about you. But I think it's deeper than that. It feels deeper than that. Let's keep on going. Please tell me more about the situation between pile 2 and that person. Please tell me more about the situation between pile 2 and their person. It doesn't really want to give me anything. Please tell me more about the situation between pile 2 and this person. 8 of Wands. Yeah. Maybe you tried to communicate to this person and they basically told you to fuck off. I'm sorry. Or, yeah, we have the 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this is complex. This is complex energy. By that I mean it's not straightforward what is actually going on here. This could be a number of different things, and this could go a couple different ways, basically, is what I'm saying. I think this person has closed themselves off to you, or has closed their mind and their heart off, basically, because they tried to communicate to you that they like you, and you kind of just ignored it or rejected them straight out. or straight up, sorry. I feel like the reason this person is always like no when you pop into their mind is because you rejected them, and because they know that you want nothing to do with them. I don't know why you would be asking about this person if you want nothing to do with them, but I feel like this is the situation. It feels like this person tried to tell you that they like you and you rejected them or just kind of ignored it. Or maybe you're just generally ignoring this person. And this person might even want to talk to you, is what I'm getting, because you can see the spread, because I don't have an extra camera. Hopefully I'm gonna get one soon so I can show you the spread. But this is what it looks like. And what's important here visually is that the little Sagittarius person over there is shooting their shot. Eight of Wands is a card of communication, and this shot is coming from the direction of the Queen of Swords and going towards the Four of Cups. This could also mean that this person is an air sign. I'm also seeing the white ravens. They don't always jump out to me when I'm looking at this card, but I'm definitely seeing the white ravens and the butterfly headdress. This person could be someone you think of as one of a kind, maybe. Maybe you think of them as someone who's very unique. But anyway, what I'm getting here and why I'm showing it is that it's possible that this person, this Queen of Swords, tried to talk to you or tried to offer you something or tried to at least give you a hint about what they want, because it seems like it's romantic because we have the Four of Cups here, and you just ignored it. Or like I said, it feels like this person stopped thinking about you or is okay, that was a mixture of incredibly and extremely. So you have extremely or incredibly. Great word. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that the reason this person is so incredibly and extremely firm about not thinking about you is because you keep ignoring them, and they know that you don't care about them. That's kind of what I'm getting here. I'm gonna get more cards though. Okay. What's the situation between Pal 2 and their person? What's the situation between Pal 2 and their person? Please tell me more. So we're looking at someone who is feminine energy, air sign. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But like I said in the beginning, this feels more like an androgynous energy. So they are not necessarily a woman. And the Swords is air energy, which is, by the way, masculine energy. So this duality of them having both feminine and masculine energy is very strongly present in this reading. Okay, so what else is going on between these two? Page of Cups. Okay, so there was definitely a romantic offer here that was rejected. Okay, what's going on between Pal 2 and their person? What's the situation between Pal 2 and the person they're thinking about? This fucking camera shaking. I hate it so much. What's going on between... Okay. And we have the Lovers. Yeah. We have the Lovers. By the way, the Lovers isn't necessarily always a romantic card. It doesn't always talk about two people getting together. It is also a card of choices, for example. And I'm definitely feeling some choices energy here. Like, some choices were made here. That made this person feel no. Or yes. I don't know. that made either this person or you feel very off center, like it was a blow to their self-esteem or your self-esteem, depending on what exactly happened, because I'm not sure. There was definitely a rejection, but I feel like it was this person, your person, who got rejected and not you. But at the same time, we have a masculine energy here. This is the King of Wands, by the way. Sorry, I always have to say them because this is like a Hungarian deck. So we have the King of Wands here in reverse. This could mean something akin to ego death, something that destroys your self-esteem. So it could very much be that this person was rejected and their self-esteem took a really, really, really big blow from that, is what I'm getting. Because I was feeling that this is this person's energy, and we're getting masculine energy here. Again, this is difficult to read because this person doesn't just feel feminine or masculine. They have both of those energies, and usually the easiest way to differentiate between two people in a reading is from whether you have the king or the queen come out. So I feel, oh yeah, oh my god, yes. This is the High Priestess. So what I'm getting is that this person has shut your thoughts, your existence out of their mind because they tried to get with you. They tried to give you love. They tried to tell you, or at least hint at, the fact that they really like you, and you just completely ignored it or rejected it, and you just ignored this person in general. And that kind of destroyed their self-esteem at the time. However, they rebuilt themselves as something much more powerful, as something that never could have been born if this did not happen. This feels like someone, like I drop it. The High Priestess is a very, very spiritual card, obviously. I feel like this person is an alchemist. Like, they turn whatever bad things come their way into positives. They transform from everything. They evolve through everything. Okay, so that was a little longer than I expected, but this energy is genuinely difficult to figure out. Especially with the beginning, when this person just kind of refused to show up in an obvious way, because I feel like this person is just not simple. I feel like you can't really put this person in a box. Maybe you tried, maybe a lot of people tried to put this person in a box, but it's just not happening. It's just not happening because they can't be put in a box. Okay. Oh, sorry. My eye's still watering from the air conditioning. Okay, so let's see how they feel about you. How does Pal 2's person feel about Pal 2, please? How does Pal 2's person feel about Pal 2? Six of Swords, moving on. How does Pal 2's person feel about Pal 2? We have the Knight of Swords and the Two of Swords, but I'm not sure whether they came out in reverse or not. They kind of came out on the side like this. Yeah, okay, I get it. It's on there. It's on the side because it's undecided. It's undecided. I feel like this person is constantly vacillating between whether to talk to you again or not, because the Two of Swords is a choice and the Knight of Swords is swift communication. I feel like this person, there's a lot of swords energy here. Six of Swords, Knight of Swords, Two of Swords, Queen of Swords. This person is very cerebral. Let's do that again. This person is very cerebral. They think a lot. They are in their mind a lot. It feels like their mind is um, the primary place where they reside. That sounded weird, but it feels like the mind plane is where they are the most comfortable. This person might be very intelligent. Again, huge air sign energy: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Stellium chart ruler. But it feels like these two cards came out in this side position because this person is constantly thinking about, should I or should I not? Like, how do I put it? How do I put this? I feel like this person forces themselves to think about you because they really want to, like, they don't know whether that's not true. They know that it would not work out. They know that it would not work out, but at the same time, they still have a part of them that thinks that they don't know whether it would or not. It's almost like they would really like to give it a shot, like no matter what, basically, they would just want to try, even if it doesn't work out, even if it falls apart, even if nothing comes out of it, they just want to try. They just want to try it because they feel like they will regret it in the end if they don't. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. It's like a very, it's difficult to read because it's very like contradictory. Like this person has so many layers. They are genuinely difficult to read. They have so many layers of thinking and so many layers of feeling, even, that they are definitely moving on. They are definitely leaving the situation behind. Six of Swords is upright. That's the most obvious way to put this in tarot, but it's still on their mind and they're still thinking about whether or not to, I don't know, talk to you one last time and try to make it work somehow, despite the fact that they know that they were rejected by you. And I feel like that's why they are moving on, because because it feels like, on the one hand, they know that you don't really want anything to do with them, but on the other hand, they kind of hope that maybe they are not correct or something. And again, I'm drawn to the High Priestess. They have some sort of a, I feel like they have some sort of an intuition about this situation. They have some sort of an intuition here, but it feels like the intuition does not align with reality. It does not align with reality. And so they are not going to do anything about it. They're just going to move on. They are already moving on, or they have already moved on. Okay. What else can you tell me about? Okay, we have, this is the Five of Swords in the reverse. They are no longer fighting themselves. They are no longer fighting themselves, and they don't want to fight you. They are not fighting. They have given up. They have completely given up. They have let this go. They have let you go. And they are doing their own thing. Okay. Anything else about how Kyle 2's person feels? Queen of Cups. Okay. So this could be a very emotional person after all, despite seeing so many swords. We have so many swords here. This person is actively disallowing themselves to be in their emotions about you, is what I'm feeling here. Like, it feels like this is an empathetic person. This is an understanding person. This is an emotional person. This is someone who who has good emotional intelligence. It could also be that they are a water sign. Again, doesn't have to be their sun sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But they are definitely more dominant in air than they are in water. But it feels like yeah, what I said, that they are just disallowing themselves from feeling anything. They kind of just turn it off. They can just turn it off. Okay, can you tell me anything else about how Pile 2's person feels about Pile 2? Pile 2's person feels about Pile 2. How Pile 2's person feels about Pile 2. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting deja vu because the same fucking thing happened yesterday when I did a reading. 8 of Wands again. This person, it seems like, does want to talk to you. Or even if they don't, I don't think they will. They definitely won't, more so. But they would be open to it if you did. Like, if you did want to talk to them, they would be open. And I feel like they would be understanding towards whatever it is you're saying, because we have the Queen of Cups next to the 8 of Wands. But we also have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands after that. So at the same time, this is already telling me that like, this person is onto different things. This person would probably be very happy if you I don't know, try to talk to them or try to resolve this situation that you have where this person was basically rejected. But I don't think you want to do that, honestly. I don't think that you would want to do that. At least that's not what the cards are saying, because it seems like you rejected this person and you ignored this person and you don't necessarily care about them. So it feels like this person is aware of that and they are on to new things. But at the same time, they would be open to talking to you about it if you felt like it. So it's like, again, it's like a weird energy. It's kind of a little bit of a hopeless romantic, but but in a very, very weird way, because at the same time, again, masculine energy. They are a very masculine energy. They are focusing on becoming the King of Pentacles. They are focusing on their money. They are focusing on their career. They are focusing on building up abundance and emotional and material stability for themselves. Like, they are not stuck in this like hopeless romantic feeling at all. It is like a bit of a hopeless romantic feeling, but this person feels very stern. This person feels very stern at the same time. This is like I said, this is a very difficult to read energy. This person is very contradictory. So on the one hand, this person has moved on, and this person just gave up and does not want to fight this battle anymore, and they just know that nothing's going to come out of this, and they don't allow themselves to have any more feelings. But on the other hand, they would still be open to like figuring this whole thing out if you wanted to. But at the same time, they are focusing on completely different things, and at the same time, they also know that it's not going to happen because you don't care about them. That's basically how they feel. Yeah, Queen of Swords again. I cut the deck and I got the Queen of Swords again, and look at that. What's under that? The Hanged Man. Stagnation. Nothing moving forward, nothing happening, being ignored. Again, I feel like you ignored this person for a really long time, and they were just like, fuck it, after a while. And again, I'm not sure why you're asking about them, because it doesn't seem like you care about this person, honestly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you can ask about people you don't care about, obviously. But at the same time, I'm not sure. I'm gonna probably get another deck to check some more stuff. But maybe you're just checking whether maybe this person was like weird with you or to you, and you're checking whether they are still being weird. I don't know. That's a possibility, that you don't want to talk to this person because they were weird, and you're kind of like relieved that they're finally leaving you alone, and you're asking about it because you want to see whether they truly are leaving you alone, and whether they truly will keep leaving you alone. And the answer is yes, they will. So in that case, good news. Okay, what else can you tell me about Pal 2 and their situation? This reading is getting long, so I think I'm going to wrap it up pretty soon. Okay, so what else can you tell me about what Pal 2's person feels about Pal 2? Anything else that's important here? Is there anything else that's important here? Is there anything else? No, not really. Not really. Not really. Oh! Fuck. Again, like 10 billion cards flipped. The first one was 7 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this person, and the Fool in reverse. I feel like this person is thinking about it, like talking to you. Yeah, Knight of Cups, the Chariot. Yeah, this person is sometimes thinking about talking to you, but like, look at this. Look at this. Like, it's like a crying guy. Like, when they think about you, they are very sad. So that's one of the reasons they don't think about you. But it looks like with the 7 of Cups and the Fool in reverse, and the Knight of Cups and the Chariot under that, they do think about talking to you sometimes, but they won't. They will not do it. They always stop themselves, and they know that it's better and more realistic to stop themselves and not do anything. So I guess that's your answer. This person has moved on. They still, from time to time, sometimes think about you and sometimes think about talking to you, but they're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna talk to you. They're not gonna bother you, is what I'm getting. So I'm gonna do some last messages like I did with Pal 1, and then you can go on your merry way. Okay. Any last messages for Pile 1, please? Pile 2, please? Pile 2. Any last messages for Pile 2? Oh, that's like 4 cards. No, I'm not taking that money, please. Any last messages for Pile 2, please? Any last messages for Pile 2? Oh, okay. We have, am I focused on what I want most? And it says, one reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate on our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. And it says, today's soul action. What you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments? Prioritize. I'm gonna hold it up here and hopefully you can read it. If the glare doesn't get in the way. Okay. So, I'm not sure how that connects to the reading, to be honest. That is just like a little bit of a snippet of something that you can take with you after the reading and think about. Didn't really intend to do anything more deep with this. So that's about it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I could help. and I hopefully see you at the next one. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You picked the Bear card. Let's see what's going on for you. So, the way I usually do these readings is that I first figure out the physical appearance of your person. And that way you're going to know whether the person you're asking about is actually the person you're getting the energy from and the information about, so it won't get confusing. Maybe you can pick another pile if it does not resonate or if it's not the person that you want to hear about. Okay, so think about your person. Please tell me about pile 3's person and their physical appearance. Pile 3. Okay, first one is bold. So this could be a bold person. Please tell me more about pile 3's person's appearance. Please tell me more. I'm sure the only thing about them is that they're bald. So please give me more cards. I'm getting like a fun energy here. Like completely different than pile 2. Please tell me more about pile 3's. Sorry for the camera shaking also. Please tell me more about pile 3's appearance. Pile 3's person's appearance. How do they look like? How does pile 3's person look like? Okay. We have something here. Average height. Okay. Please tell me more about how pile 3's person looks like. Please tell me more about pile 3's person. Skinny. Okay. I don't feel like this energy is that complicated, honestly. It feels like a simple and straightforward thing. I might eat my words later, who knows. But pile 2 was really freaking convoluted and confusing. So compared to that, this feels like a very upbeat energy, a very, it feels kind of normal, kind of healthy. Pile 2 was very, how do I put it, difficult. Anyway, so this feels like this is someone who has like a good sense of humor, who's kind of easygoing, doesn't take things too seriously, but at the same time they have this seriousness about them, but more so in the way that they are responsible. Like they are good with responsibilities. Okay, anything else about Anything else about pile 3's person's appearance, please? We have tall. Okay, so we have both average height and tall. So do with that what you will. Okay, anything else about pile 3's person's appearance, please? We have a lot of cards that almost flip but then go back in. Okay, we have something that flipped. Baby face. Okay, so they might look younger than their age. Or they might have a young vibe. Again, this feels like a very happy-go-lucky type of energy. So, I think that's all we need to know. This is someone who's bold, who's either average height or tall. I think it's more average to tall is what it means. They are skinny and they look younger than they actually are, or they are just someone who is young. And again, they have this happy-go-lucky, feel-good vibe about them. Like this feels like a very nice energy, very like a, I don't know, a good guy type of an energy. I think this is a man, by the way. It feels like this is a masculine energy. Okay, so let's figure out the situation between the two of you. Please tell me about the situation between pile 3 and that person. I get this very young vibe. It feels really good. Can you tell me about the situation between pile 3 and their person. I don't know whether to take these cards. There's like some uncertainty here. No, not taking them because this is residual. Okay. Cards from the second pile, previous pile. Okay, so pile 3 and their person. Please tell me what's going on. No, not with 17 different cards. 1 or 2. Please tell me what's going on between them. What's the situation between them? What's it like? What's happening? Why am I not getting cards? Okay, we have the... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We have the 7 of Swords. Oh, that doesn't... And now it's all falling apart. Now it's all friggin' falling apart. Again, this I'm getting residual energy here from pile 2. But we have the Sun. That's definitely here. That's what should be here. That's not what should be here. I guess I didn't like cleanse enough. This also should not be here because it feels like pile 2's energy is kind of like stuck here. So let's do it again. Pile 3. Please tell me about the situation between pile 3 and their person. This happy-go-lucky energy. Please tell me about the situation between pile 3 and this person. Again, I feel like this young vibe. This really, really nice young vibe. Like maybe you're in university or even high school. Or you're just in your early 20s or something of the sort. Oh, we have the 6 of Cups. This could be someone you've known since your childhood. Or since you were very young. Nope. Yeah, we have the 10 of Cups. You could have been even neighbors. And we have the 4 of Cups. Okay. I'm getting like a neighbor vibe for some reason. And we have the 2 of Wands. It's like you were kids and you were friends. And you kind of decided you were talking about, it feels like as kids, you were kind of talking about what you were going to do with your life, like where you were going to go to study, for example, or something of the sort, or like what kind of a career you wanted to build. And it feels like you kind of ended up picking different career paths or something different. But at the same time, you still remained connected. So maybe this is someone you have recently met again, someone you used to know, and now you have met them again, like in university or something, and maybe they are going to or attending a different program than you, but still at the same university or something of the sort. Again, this childhood home vibe is what I'm getting. This childhood home, this childhood family vibe, very happy, very carefree energy. I don't know why the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Cups are here, honestly. Maybe it's like you were kids. And maybe you liked each other romantically, but then nothing really ended up happening because you were too young and you didn't really know what to do with it. And it just didn't end up happening. And then you went your own way and now you met this person again. It's kind of what I'm getting. That's kind of the situation that I'm getting here. Just 1 second. I need to put some more lip oil on. Okay. So that seems to be the situation between the 2 of you. If that resonates, keep watching. Okay. please tell me about, now we're getting into their feelings. Please tell me about pile three's person's feelings. How does pile three's person feel about pile three? What are their feelings? I feel like they like you. I feel like they romantically like you, but let's take a look anyway. How does pile three's person feel about, stop the fucking shaking. Oh my god. It's so annoying. I'm getting distracted, by the way. This did not happen in the other two pals, so again, there's like this kind of young energy about it. How does pal 3's person feel about pal 3? Maybe they are distracted. How does pal 3's person feel about pal 3? How does pal 3's person feel about pal 3, please? How does pal 3's person feel? Come on. I feel like you're very I feel like you're very impatient with this person. I feel like you're impatient with this situation. I feel like you have just met this person again and you're expecting, or maybe you haven't met them again, maybe this is someone completely new that just reminds you of someone you've known in childhood, or someone of your childhood, or something about your childhood, or maybe you grew up in the same neighborhood but you never met as kids, or something of the sort. It feels like you're very impatient about this situation. It feels like you have barely met this person and you are already imagining all these scenarios in your head about what's going to happen and how it's going to work out, and you're just kind of looking at him and feeling like he needs to like catch up with you because you have already decided that you want something out of this, and you're just very impatient with this person is what I'm getting. You like want what you want and you want it now. I get it. I get it. I'm an Aries dominant. I completely get it. Okay. Please tell me about pal 3's person's feeling about pal 3. It's like you're trying to force it out of them. It's like you're trying to like ply it out, like take a plier and like pull it out of them is what I'm getting. Like this person, I feel like they do like you. They are interested, but they are more casual about it, and it almost feels like you're like very excited. You're like overly excited maybe about the situation, and you want something fast, and you want something to happen as soon as possible. And like for you, or according to you, it like should have happened like yesterday, and they are still like very casual about it, and you're just kind of trying to force the information out of them. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. I'm getting more about your energy than I'm getting about theirs, but let's keep on trying. I haven't been able to pull a single card on their feelings. Pal 3's person, how do they feel about pal 3? Pal 3's person, how does pal 3's person feel about pal 3? How does pal 3's person feel about pal 3? How does pal 3's person feel? Wheel of Fortune. You're not gonna get an answer here, I think. I think the universe is like, slow down and trust. I think that's literally the message here. I think that's literally the message here. You're ruining your own happiness. And the reason that I'm saying that is because I got drawn to the Sun card, which in this deck looks very similar to the Wheel of Fortune. And the Sun is happiness. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is things that are often out of our control. It's also luck. So I feel like this situation is a lesson in patience for you. And I know how much that sucks. I've been there. I've been there when I got a lesson of patience, and it was, oh my god. you might be a fellow Aries. Or you might have Aries placements, is what I mean. I'm not an Aries sun, but Aries is the most dominant energy in my chart. So, what else is about Pal 3's person? How do they feel? King of Swords. Okay, I feel like this King of Swords is not about them. This King of Swords is not about them. I feel like this reading is not gonna go on for very long. This King of Swords feels kind of like if you believe in God, if you're like a Christian, if you believe in the Christian God or whatever God you believe in, it feels like it's this deity or this God that is saying nah and like guarding the information from you. So I'm not gonna lie here, the cards don't want to answer, the cards don't want me to tell you. And I'm not sure whether I should push through that or not. Because it feels like it is in your best interest to not know. It is in your best interest to learn to be more patient and learn to give enough space for the other person to figure out what they feel, and give enough space for this entire situation to go somewhere. You don't have to know everything instantly. And again, I can relate so much. I used to be like this. I'm still like this in a lot of ways. So I completely understand the need to go to a tarot reading and try to figure out how this person that you recently met feels about you. But whatever force you believe in is telling you that you need to learn to give space to the situation to evolve on its own without you being impatient and trying to like move around chess pieces and trying to how do I put it, trying to control the situation because you're so impatient and you just want to know what's going to happen and whether they like you or not. I like get tongue tied, like I constantly mispronounce things. So what I'm gonna say is that this is an exercise in patience. And I know that sucks. And I know that you're probably gonna say, this reading is a piece of shit. I'm gonna go and watch someone else who's gonna tell me how they feel. Go ahead, that's completely your choice. Obviously, I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Um, However, I feel like, again, my responsibility as a reader, this is always the way I read cards, by the way, is to look at your highest good and look at what benefits you and tell you that, even if that sucks or even if that's something that you don't want to hear. And it feels like what this is telling you is that you should like chill out. You should chill out. You probably have zero chill. Again, I get it. I get it. I get it so much. But you should probably chill out a little bit and just wait. Just I get it that it's very exciting, and I get it that it's kind of very electrifying. But what this is trying to tell you is that you should maybe refocus, and all the energy you're putting into daydreaming about this person and thinking about how they might feel and how this relationship might evolve and what would happen in the near future and how much you want something to happen as soon as possible, all of those energies should be put into something else. Like I said, this feels like a university vibe, like maybe you're in university or like you're a freshman or something. That's kind of what I'm getting. So maybe put all the effort that you're putting into thinking about this person and how they feel into your education, because that is something that's going to pay off in the long term, in the long run. And I know that you probably, the last thing you want to hear is what's going to pay off in long term. You don't give a shit about that probably right now. And again, I get it. I get it. You care about this person and you care about what they feel about you, but it feels like that is not your priority right now. That should not be your priority right now. Your priority should be your education and learning how to give other people space to figure out what they feel and what they want to do, instead of you trying to, I don't know, kind of nudge them and so indirectly or directly force them into making some sort of a decision that they may not have made on their own, or maybe they would have made it, but they would have made it a little bit later than you would prefer. So maybe you're over controlling the situation, is what I'm getting. You're over controlling the situation. And again, I've been there. I get it. I know what it's like. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself. That's not what this is at all. At all. So let's see if the cards want to say something else. Okay. What else can you say about pile 3 and their person? Is there anything else? I don't think that we're gonna get anything about their feelings, because literally the point is for you to not know. Okay, anything else about pile 3 and their person, please? Anything else about pile 3 and their person, please? Anything else about pile 3 and their person? Anything? Oh, yeah, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. My psychic or what? This is exactly what I just said. Exactly. You're doing this to the detriment of your long-term goals, of your long-term stability, of your long-term work. You're doing this to the detriment of your long-term success. It doesn't matter right now whether it's going to work out or not, because you need to focus on the long-term stuff, and this affair or love something or budding relationship, it's gonna get figured out. Like, you don't need to focus on it so much. It's not that it's not important, and it's not that it's not good to be very excited about someone potentially new in your life who could be a romantic interest. I understand again. But I feel like what they're trying to tell you, what the cards are trying to tell you, is that you really need to focus on like studying here, or like working here, or like building your future here, and not on what's gonna happen with this person. It feels like if you refocus and you direct your focus to your work, your job, your education, then it's gonna get figured out anyway. Like, something's gonna happen here, and it will happen whether you overthink it or over control it or not. Like, something's gonna happen either way. You don't need to be so obsessive about it. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to control everything. You don't need to have everything right now. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. That's exactly what I just told you. That's exactly what I just told you. Grab a drink. Okay. So, I think this reading is not going to be very long, because the cards are like literally telling me not to pull anything else. And I feel like even if I kept pulling, it's just going to reiterate the same message. that this is because this is like not, it's not a test, it's a training, so to speak, from the universe or whatever you believe in. It's kind of like training wheels, teaching you how to be more patient, teaching you how to allow people their own space and time to figure out what they want. That's the moral of the story, basically. That's the moral of the story. It's not about how they feel, it's about how you react. I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, and like I said, you're probably gonna say that this is bullshit. And I understand. Like, I would probably also be angry if I were you and I wanted to know the answer to a question and I didn't get it. So, again, I completely understand. But I would warn you against trying to figure it out, um, because if you don't learn something the first time, then you're gonna be forced to endure it again and again and again, as long as you learn it, or as yeah, as long as you don't learn it, is what I was meant to say. so so my advice would be to refocus and not watch tarot readings about how this person feels. Again, you can do it, obviously. Like, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just a random person on the internet. But this is what my opinion is, and this is what the cards are telling me right now. Okay, so we're gonna do some last messages here, because I don't think I can go much longer with this reading. What more does pile 3 need to hear? Because I feel like this is more about what you need to hear. And what you need to hear is that you shouldn't be concerned about how this person feels right now. I mean, even if you're concerned, you shouldn't go out and try to figure it out. You just should wait for them to tell you. Wait for them to figure it out first. Okay, any closing messages? Well, we have some half flips. Okay, we got a flip here. It says, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? There you go. And the text is, what story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because there's a part of you that doesn't believe it's possible. And then it says, today's soul action. It's time to upgrade. 1 second. So, it says, today's soul action. It's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new beliefs are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your results. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. So maybe the reason you're so distracted by this person and their feelings and this new budding relationship is because you have some sort of limiting belief around what you can achieve. Maybe you're afraid that whatever you're doing right now, wherever, I can't talk. I don't know what's up with you guys, but I lost my ability to talk in pile 3. So, whether it's work, whether it's like university or high school or whatever you're learning or studying, you might have an issue believing that you can do it. You might not completely believe that you have it in you, And I think that this person and trying to find out how they feel and this whole thing is a great distraction from that. It's a great distraction from looking that false belief in the eye, like the card said, that you might feel like you're not good enough, that you're not going to be able to do this. And the only way really to heal that is to prove it wrong. And you can do it. So it feels like the very beginning of a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like you don't believe you can do it. So you distract yourself with something. And then because you're distracted, you're not going to be able to do it in the end. And then the limiting belief gets strengthened because you think that you can't do it. But the reason you couldn't do it was because you distracted yourself and you put your energy somewhere else. So again, I'm sorry this is I'm sorry that this is not the reading that you wanted. I'm sorry that this is not the reading that you expected. I'm sorry that this is not really a love reading at all. So that's about it. That's about it. I'm not gonna keep you any longer. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope that I could help. And I hopefully will see you in the next one. Bye!